What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't already signed up for it yet, you're just missing out on some great content. We got everything. We got picks from some of the best in the business. Me, Meansy, Dean, Noto, STL, Luch, Eric. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. I just realized. But everyone over at RG is posting picks over there. We have great tools, props, shopping tools where we can see the best lines from each prop out there with RG projections right next to it. So absolutely fantastic product. Go sign up. Plus, you'll have access to Grant's Action Lounge, where I'm dropping in all the bets from this show, all the bets throughout the day. It is currently still free. I think we're moving over to premium next week. So go get in there. Baseball season's right around the corner. NBA playoffs is right around the corner. So go get signed up. And you know what? If you've just been watching the show, you should have enough money. We absolutely crushed it last night. 15-5. We are currently up, let's see, 29 units so far this month. Up over 30 units on the season so far. Just actually, I guess, since the beginning of February when we started up this show. So absolutely destroying it. Sitting at 7.8% ROI. I'm up well over 15 grand. This is just on the days that the show is here, but crushing it. Basically just giving out free money every single day. Today's going to be no different. Running it solo. We only got 5-game slate, so I don't really need to take up someone else's time here. And I've got a decent amount of bets here, but let's get rid of the ones from yesterday. As you can see, Damian Jones crushed, Tyus Jones crushed, Vooch crushed everything, and then Bane crushed my soul. Blowout, didn't end up getting there. Wendell Carter Jr. Apparently, I need to stop paying attention to tanking, or start paying more attention to tanking, because the Magic just decided to sit their entire starting unit in the fourth quarter, and Wendell Carter Jr. was at 15 halfway through the third. So that was a rough one. Bane missed by 1 because of blowout. DeJounte Murray missed by 1. He just crushed. Jokic missed by 2. So we were pretty darn close to a full 15 or 20 bet sweep there. You know what? Those darn blowouts and those darn tanking teams. But you know what? We move on. We move on today. So let's get those bets off the board there after absolutely crushing it. I've got a few bets today. Not a ton. Obviously, it's a 5-game slate. So not a ton right off the bat. We'll see. More things can pop up throughout the day. I'll throw them in the Grant's Action Lounge Discord. Again, go to scoresandodds.com/Discord, dropping it in chat there. So you can just click that link, go get signed up. But let's just break right into these games here. I'm trying to get to a spring training game today, so I'm just going to roll right through this. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the Grant's Action Lounge and tag me, or throw it in the YouTube chat. I've got everything, and I'll answer them throughout the show. So whatever questions you want, if you got any questions on baseball, futures, basketball, I'm here to answer them. So just let me know anything you want me to talk about, or you can just add me on Twitter. Well, let's just break right into this first game here. We got Chicago going up against Washington. It's a 3.5 point spread, over 220 total here. Not huge, not terrible. It is what it is. I've got a few bets in here. DeRozan over 5.5 assists, setting at +105 over on DraftKings here. Let's see, DeRozan. Let's check what he has been doing recently. No, stop listening to me, Apple Watch. I don't need you or anything. Over on Scores and Odds, we have DeRozan projected for slightly over 4.5, so 4.77. Getting this at plus odds means pretty decent value here. Had 7 last one, has not been dishing out the ball a ton recently, but still on the season averaging over 5.5. I think is a pretty solid overall line. Washington's not a great defensive team, so I'm rolling with DeRozan over 4.5 assists. I have Porzingis under 2.5 blocks plus steals. He's been all over the place. He's actually been crushing this number recently. I think he had 5 blocks in the 3 games ago. But overall, hitting 2.5 is just a big line. It's a big line going up against Chicago. Pretty solid overall offensive team here. He's hit this, let's see, and he's only hit this twice in the last 4 games, 5 games, 6 games. And in those 2 games, he had 4 and he had 6 where he hit the over. So he's going to hit this at over a I hit the under at over a 50% clip by a decent margin here. A little bit of recency bias, staying with decent juice at minus 130. I still like the under. I still think it's a solid bet here today, so I'm rolling with it. I think that's pretty much it in this game. Not a ton else to love. I was thinking about maybe hitting the DeRozan over on points. It moved up. He crushed it last night. Second end of a back-to-back worries me, though. You can still get it. I'm going to hit that. You know what? I'm going to hit it. Staying at minus 110 over on FanDuel. I'm going to hit it while we're on the show here. As soon as the FanDuel app opens up, let's see what they let me get on it. Opening it. Going Bulls game here. Hitting points. DeRozan over 26.5. Let me get 500 on it. Mar DeRozan over 26.5 points. 00954.55. So we just did that live on the show there. Yep, we're in there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what's Levine. Levine's questionable, which would help out. I'm not going to be surprised if he ends up sitting. Vooch, his points are sitting at 19.5. What's his points, rebounds, assists sitting at? Vooch is sitting at 32.5. That's the correct line. No value there. Zingas, heavy juice on his over on points. That's why I didn't end up betting it. I don't hate it at Bet Rivers. 23.5 at plus 100 on the over, or FanDuel at minus 116. It's not a terrible line, but more than likely I'm staying away from that. So we're just going to move on here to the next game. We got Milwaukee going up against Philly. I got a few bets on this one. So shout out to the prop model. As we can see, going over to the scores and odds prop shopping page, we look at the biggest difference in points. Kyrie Irving is projected for over 30 here. Now, he has not hit it in his last two games, but the shot volume has been pretty solid overall. Kyrie, that's an interesting Russell Westbrook line. We'll see when I get to the Lakers lines for that one. But Kyrie, last two games, I think like 17 and 22. Prior to that, 41 and 60. So he's been shooting. He's been doing a ton here. Minus 110 over at DraftKings on the over 20.4.5. That's my favorite bet of the day. I did take Kevin Durant over 27.5 points, sitting at minus 105 over on DK. Again, they're the entirety of the offense. They've been crushing recently. I think that's a solid overall line. So I'm all on board for both of those. I was talking about Milwaukee and Philly. Got sidetracked there. We'll get back to those lines, I guess. I just bet Embiid over points. I think the line has moved a little bit. I still think there's some juice left on it. Maybe not. Yeah, it's saying minus 130. It moved all the way up to 31.5. It's fine. I like the points, rebounds, assist line more. I don't think that line has moved. Yes. It's moved to 46.5, but you can get it plus 100 over at Caesars at 46.5. I think that's a solid overall line. I'm hitting the over on it. Let's see. What's Milo asking? Does the Kyrie ladder make any sense, or does blowout risk too much? Let's check out the ladder here. Looking at it, I personally think it's a decent call to go with the ladder. We're opening. My computer is running slow. It's time for a new one. Again, I'm not with my normal laptop. Let's check out the ladder. Going over player points. Always good to check multiple other sites. Let's see. Okay, the alt lines are out. So Kyrie over 25.5. I mean, the problem is on FanDuel, they're not great lines. You can get it minus 110 over at DK. Let's check out DraftKings and see if they have any alternate lines there. Let's go over to NBA player. So it's always good to cross-reference. There's not a ton of places with alt lines. I basically, like, occasionally there'll be special promos at some place. Over on FanDuel, every single day they have alt lines. That's the only place. But we're looking at it. You go to player props or specials not out here. They stopped doing special daily specials. There we go. Nope, I don't think there is any. Let's just go straight over to the game. Check to see if there's anything. Again, sitting at potential blowout, sitting at minus 128 juice over at FanDuel as opposed to minus 110 makes it a little bit tough. I don't think there's any alt lines here. Yeah, just roll with Kyrie. It still moved. It moved to minus 115. It just moved. Still like it at minus 115, but minus 128, it's getting a little tough. So going with the ladder. If the line changes, then go ahead. But I don't mind hitting them at what, 35 plus and 40 plus. Yeah, plus 480 for 35 plus 1100 for 40 plus. I don't mind that at all. Aaron, those alt lines are huge when people are out. Boston Smart last night was an example. Yeah. No, shout out to, was it you, Aaron, in chat? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Are you, someone was talking about it in chat last night. Someone mentioned Smart 25 plus points. And it ended up hitting, and it ended up, yeah, Ace 0070. Maybe that's you, Aaron. I have no idea. You can tell me. Okay. Yep. That was you. You are in fact Ace. All right. Yeah. Nice. Nicely done last night. Wish I would have tailed you. I got stuck picking up my niece's nephew from daycare. So didn't have time to throw that in. But yeah, that was all over line. But Milwaukee, Philly, yeah, just like the Embiid overs. I mean, 116.5 implied team total for Philly. It's a 1-point spread. That's going to be a fun game to watch. That is going to be a great game. Moving on to the next one, Detroit versus Brooklyn. As I said, I'm betting Kyrie's overs and Durant's points over. Both of them are fantastic. Other bet I have is Bruce Brown under 20.5 points, rebounds, assists. Oh, I also bet in the Milwaukee game, Giannis under 12.5 rebounds. So I think that's a pretty solid overall line there. You can get it minus 110 over at MGM. They're not letting me bet anything. I thought going down to Arizona would change things. It did not. They caught on to me after one day. So I got one bet in on MGM, and that was it. Nothing else. They do not let me bet anything. Silly MGM. What was it? Bruce Brown. Yeah, we currently have him projected for 18.12 points, rebounds, plus assists. So minus 104 over at FanDuel. What did I get it at? I got it minus 110 at MGM. So go over to FanDuel. Better line over there. Like the under, it must have moved a little bit. FanDuel has lines that are moving pretty often. But that's really it for Detroit versus Brooklyn. Let's move on to Lakers/Dallas. We really like the Westbrook over on points. I'm going to find where that's at. So it's at Fox Bet. I don't have Fox Bet down here. Or I don't have it signed up for down here. I don't know. Maybe let's see if I'm not even sure if I can sign into Fox Bet down here. Certain places, yeah, they have a different system. So actually I have to re-sign up for Fox Bet, and it's a giant pain. I'll probably do it at some later point when I'm down here in Arizona again. But yeah, over at Fox Bet, betting the Russell Westbrook points at minus 105, pretty solid. It's not a great line. We have him projected for 22, I think, here. Let me double check. 22.69. Nice. So yeah, solid overall bet there, but I haven't really bet much of that. Let's check out the Luka props. Luka sitting at 29.5 points. I might end up hitting the over on that. Minus 103 over at Bet Rivers. Let's see what Luka is at. Points, rebounds, assists, 46.5. Again, over at Bet Rivers, minus 113. Not terrible. Check out assists. 8.5, probably about where it should be. You can hit it over 8.5 at plus 108 over on FanDuel. All those are fine, but I'm really not in love with any of those. Yeah, not a ton from that game. We'll move on to the last game of the night where, again, don't have a ton of stuff on there. I ended up hitting Batum over points and over rebounds. We got a got a news alert a little while ago that Batum's going to be limited to around 19 minutes, which apparently 19 minutes means 22.6 minutes. Can't really trust him, but he's hit 9 points in each of the last two. His points prop is sitting at 6.5. Yeah, I had the over 6.5 plus 100 over at DraftKings. And then over at DraftKings, you have Batum's over of 3.5 rebounds at plus 130. Both of them are solid. But I think that should pretty much do it for today. Again, any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, but we're probably going to get out of here. Again, looking at our record summary, up 14.5K this month. Looking at our overall record, NBA props, lost one NHL because I don't know what I'm doing. 1 and 2 on NFL since we start. All I had was bets on the Super Bowl. But overall, NBA 295 and 262, 53% win rate, sitting at a 17.5K profit there. So going pretty solid so far. But again, guys, go sign up for Scores and Odds. Again, it'll pay for itself very, very quickly. If you've just been watching the show, you should have enough to pay your entire yearly subscription. Go sign up for Grant's Action Lounge in the Discord. Again, it'll be free for the rest of the week. You can probably make enough money to pay off your subscription there just about for the rest of the week. I am probably going to be out on Friday. Should be able to do it on Thursday, going up to Vegas for my bachelor party. So if I do a show on Friday, I will not be coherent. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Good luck on your bets tonight. Go hop in Discord. See you later in the day. See you, kids.